I'm taking us live because I stopped the music.
Big red button.
I hadn't realized we were gonna do some serious talk. Friends, Generic Fantasy Adventure, D&D 5e Adventure, Season 2, Episode 18. This is the second of possibly 3 parts of a Strongholds and Follower arc. We're doing the Warfare part. Today, I sincerely hope in the next 3 hours we at least get the fighting started, but it sounds like people want to do a lot of talking, a lot of sneaking, a lot of assassinating. I want to be incredibly clear, though, that if you are not present in the keep because you're sneaking and assassinating, you cannot issue orders. And it should also be clear that you versus hundreds of people will end poorly for you, no matter how strong you are. Unless you are a warlock riding a horse and you have the extended range Eldritch Blast, in which case you're invincible and no one will ever touch you.
What if you're just really, really sneaky and then only fight one person?
Have you ever played Sekiro or Dark Souls?
I have seen it.
Or what's the one that I just played with the samurai? How am I forgetting this? I played Ghost of Tsushima. You know how any Assassin's Creed game, you know how hard it is to assassinate a boss and leave the rest of the camp alive and leave undetected in the process?
So you're saying it's possible?
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying you don't want to get caught out. You versus 800 zombies is not going to end well for you.
Good to know.
You're strong. You're fast. You're not that strong or fast. No one who doesn't have wings is that strong or fast.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Do we have any introductory stuff we need to get a hold of before we talk to some messengers?
I don't think so.
All right, then the final thing I'll say before we get started is that we've just updated Foundry to version 11 instead of 10, and I've activated a bunch of new modules, so we may experience technical problems today. I did a bunch of stuff ahead of time to see if they all worked, and we haven't had a chance to test them all together, so we're gonna do our best. James, I believe Kithrix has penned this letter that you are preparing to send. I think it would be appropriate to have that be given to the messengers who are on their way to you.
Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, I figured, because I remember you saying it in the last session, like there was going to be like a formal declaration, in which case I thought there might be a chance for a response, yeah.
I believe I might have mentioned that Drongo Roundcast is a member of the hostile delegation.
You did.
The hostile delegation.
Yes. Drongo is part of a delegation of 4 Dragonborn, all with black scales. And a hobgoblin. The 6 of them are approaching together with a flag of, not peace. Like we're this is a message. You're being parlayed.
It's not surrender. It's
correct
communication. Yes.
Because what I'm worried of is if I say it's a white flag, Bearded is going to be like, well, they surrendered. I guess it's over. He'll immediately. It's the first thing Bearded's going to say.
100%. 100%.
So I had to phrase it correctly.
You said declaration. My mind immediately went to, we need to find Nick Cage.
He's got to steal their declaration. If they don't tell us they're committing war, then they can't actually go to war. It's a formality.
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
How do you meet this party? Do you meet them at the base of the hill? Do you meet them at the gates at the top of the hill? Do you let them into Dragonhold to negotiate? Do you just shoot them?
I think we invite them in.
Okay.
I mean, sorry. I'm not the only person in the group though, so it's like that was my sister did. I think we let them in.
You're the boss of Dragonhold.
They say Godric completely agrees with letting them in.
Yeah.
Sure, that's okay.
All right. Something else I should mention to the audience, now that I can hear it going on, is that there will be consistent severe thunderstorms for the rest of the night for me. So this episode suddenly ends in the middle of nowhere. You'll know why.
Thor.
You allow these 6 to enter into Dragonhold. Drongo seems politely wonder-eyed at everything. The other 5 are somewhat more dismissive of your little town. The hobgoblin is met by your party, and I'd like to say that unless you stop her, Lithlorian of the True Elves has kind of invited herself to the edge of this discussion, just to keep an eye on what's going on.
I think
And
that's
with me.
fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra set of eyes.
Yep.
Go ahead, everyone. Trail.
Do any of you speak Goblin?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
The hobgoblin says, I am presenting for my master a declaration. Who among you is the leader of this Dragonhold?
So everything he says, I'm going to translate for the group. By the way.
I'll translate. You talk. I can do it.
Okay. All right.
Because you need to do the negotiating, sure.
All right. Well, I guess that I am officially the Lord of Dragonhold, though we are a group, but I can accept the statements you've made.
Okay. He steps forward and hands you a scroll written in Goblin. These are the plenary complaints assembled by Prince Eldruka, Merchant's son, on behalf of Terralax, son of Orthalax. We have come in order to pacify this realm and claim it in the name of our allied dragon friends. This area has a unique draconic presence which belongs with dragons, for dragons, and to dragons.
That's the extent of it.
Group huddle. Do we want to tell them we have 3 dragons here already?
I mean, I figure Sparky was here already.
Yes, but I would
Yeah.
point out that when you said the leader, you didn't point to a dragon, you pointed to a halfling.
Also true.
They're here to reclaim Dragonhold for the dragon people. Wink. Look at this fine contingent of dragons that they brought with them. All of these dragonborns. Wink.
Will you stay here for half an hour to give us a chance to construct a reply or replies?
Yes.
Is there anything that your party needs? Food, water?
So yeah, Drongo's just like, hey guys, it's me, Drongo Roundcask.
Yes.
I could use employment. I set up the cart along the road. I heard that there was going to be an Imperial construction project. I thought it'd be a great money-making opportunity. They captured me and they took everything, including my certifications. He starts making his way between that party and your party. He's like, they don't know that I've been keeping my spices in my back pocket and I've got some hot pepper sauces, but this is pretty much my entire life savings. He's just holding up a bottle of ice pepper sauce. You need a cook or anything? He's just like faster and faster making his way from the hostile party over to your side.
Just get over here now. Just come on. I knew there was an odd reason why you would be with them. Well, yes, that's fine.
Are they okay to just let him go though? Like, is
They barely even acknowledge his presence.
okay?
Would you like
All
to
right.
make an insight check?
Sure.
Yeah, I would.
Everybody.
Insight checking, but I'm definitely going to make one.
Ooh, spells are different.
24.
18.
Okay. Oh, someone else is rolling. Godric, this is the trustworthy, knowing Drongo Roundcast you've met in the past. For you other
Stand-up
two,
citizen.
the the person coming towards you appears to be a young human child in disguise as Drongo Roundcast, and is doing a good but not the best job of pretending to be Drongo Roundcast.
Is it an illusion, or is it just
It's
like
not. It is a disguise, not an
Okay.
illusion. The thing that you get on a 24, Kithrix, is that this person is sweating. It's like they want you to accept them, or else.
Okay. So I think that I don't stop them coming to our side knowing what I know at the moment.
Okay.
I'll let it slide for now.
Drongo, why don't you join us while we leave our guests to discuss this?
Do I notice any like
Spots.
weapons or anything on them besides the disguise?
That would be a perception check.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's pretty reasonable to check someone disguising themselves as another person for weapons, for sure. I mean, they have a belt knife. No attempt
Yeah, I'll
to
take that.
hide it in any way. You're gonna take their belt knife from them?
Yeah.
I think Godric puts his arm around the not fake
Drongo.
Drongo, and starts walking away with him like, listen, I started my own food cart. I could use some pointers, and just starts trying to talk shop with him.
Yeah, of course. I know a lot about food carts. Yeah. Yep.
So can we take this conversation elsewhere from the messengers?
Yes.
Yeah. And if once again if they need anything, then have someone attend them. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I assume that your vizier, Lucien Saint Gerard, will do so.
Actually, Sparky.
What a play! Very well.
No. I'm saying that was me talking to Sparky.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sparky will show up, floating, using their wings to hover slightly.
I was just wondering, did you want to watch these guys and get your impressions of them, or did you want to join us in talking about
Sparky falls to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'll watch them. I'll watch them for sure.
You okay? You want some water too?
But yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's just a stomach thing. Yeah. Just a stomach thing. Bad stuff earlier. He turns to the dragons, and in Draconic, he's just like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Just just doing some exercises. Just yeah." Okay, we're just gonna stare at each other. Yeah.
Flex. All right. So I guess first in the next room. So what's the deal, kid? You're not Drongo Roundcast.
Okay, look, they captured Drongo Roundcast and a bunch of other people. Drongo obviously said that he wasn't going to try to trick you guys. They told me I had to do it, okay? Look, I'm sorry. How did you see through my disguise? It's so good.
What are you supposed to do? What do they want you to do?
Once I figure out what your plans were, I'm supposed to, like, put a flag and like, tell them your plans.
Sound the alarm.
I mean, there's no alarm to sound. Everyone knows you're here. So he just like reaches into his pants, starts fiddling around for a minute, and then like instead of underwear, he's like pulling out of his pants like a line of flags.
It's like the clown pulling the handkerchiefs out of his pocket.
Yeah. You're not going to want to touch those.
Yeah.
We could always we could create a fake message.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, you're safe here. So, well, insofar as we're about to be attacked by 4 armies. But,
okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I might be good. Like, I should be good if all of you are dead, but I appreciate that you're not killing me for this deception. It's real stand-up of you.
We're just a real stand-up group, We just stand up a lot.
Are you sure?
For people.
I heard that you were horrifying murderers.
Oh, it's propaganda. You know how it is. You tell a story, you craft it, you create details that aren't true, but you put them into the story and people believe it.
Did you kill that guy's dad?
In so much that he was taking control of an entire city.
We killed an evil dragon that attacked us
We
first.
killed a lot of people's dads.
You killed a lot of people's dads. Okay, because I'm like 12. All right, so that news is really...
To answer your question directly, we killed a black dragon who attacked us first after we went to try and save a young child that he'd kidnapped.
But
And yes, that black dragon, it turns out, was Taralax's father.
isn't killing wrong?
But we saved kids and people.
All right,
Unfortunately,
I'd like
he
you
didn't
to
give us
make the
the
persuasion check.
We have the luxury of debating morality.
Well, great.
Nope.
You can tell this child is thoroughly unconvinced by your argument, but you're all adults who have openly admitted to brutally murdering many people, especially many people's fathers. This young child whose father is being held hostage. So, you know, he's getting the better part of valor and starting to get the idea he should shut up around you.
Don't become a dad. We don't have to worry about
Don't become a dad? That's your advice to a 12-year-old? Jesus. All right. The kid nods sagely beyond his ears and says, yeah, okay, I won't become a dad.
Good child, just know that the world is a far more complex and difficult place than you have had time to experience, and you are now being pulled into this world, this level of
yeah, I get it.
anger.
I'm not 10.
Sorrow. I know you're not 10.
Yeah, that's
Listen.
11. Duh.
It's 12. You're not 10. Just find a corner to hide in. We will have some people to keep you company.
Don't touch
Are you
anything.
hungry? Would you like something to eat?
Oh, sure.
What do we have? Godric, what do we have? Do we have stew?
Stu. I mean,
Well,
that's all
the kid bought
offers.
peppers too, so.
Stew and
Didn't he say
peppers.
he had
He has a bottle of ice pepper sauce, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Like we have whatever rations we brought with us, whatever was already here,
Mhm.
and then we have theoretically endless stew as long as we have access to our endless water supply.
Endless stew is... You gotta feed hundreds of people off of this endless stew. There's certainly enough for you
two of
guys.
those-
Yeah, come on. Infinity divided by a big number is still infinity.
There's a throughput problem with the width
Yes.
of the bowl. You know what I mean?
Can I have the students in the whatchamacallit, watch this kid?
Oh,
the
you want the
dojo?
dojo students?
Yeah, just keep them busy.
Okay.
It's not to worry about them.
in a non-bullying way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a persuasion check from you because you have yet to actually indicate that you are the leader of the monastery. They still believe that the green dragon is the leader. You have made no attempt to dissuade them of that in any way.
I told them to stack the rocks. Hey,
Oh,
Okay,
there we go.
19. Yes. All right.
I'm getting there.
Now, the question is, are you using this opportunity to convince them that you are, in fact, the leader? Or is
Yes.
okay, then yes. You have successfully convinced your students that the powerful one was just holding court for you while you were gone. And, in fact,
He's
this
just
is
a
your
substitute
dojo.
teacher.
Yeah. Okay.
Taken care of.
So the letter I pen Arthur, it's only changed insofar as now I know that Ortholax was his father, change all occurrences of your master to your father, basically.
Of course.
It doesn't change the nature of it. But the others, so it seems that they're not here for us. They're here for Dragonhold, right?
Correct.
So we need to.
Again, according to the scroll that they writ you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we need to ask ourselves the question: is when this goes to battle, hundreds of people on both sides are going to die. How important is this piece of land to us?
Well, we spent 2 seasons getting it.
The land around here is very important to us. We have
And we just offered it up.
refugees
Yeah.
from everywhere. We can't
We're
just-
responsible for a lot of people that, try to make a new life here.
and they came here because of us, not to be lorded over by dragonkind,
Work.
but to be welcomed and befriended and assisted.
We offered people a chance at a new life. What would it say about us if we were to just walk off on that?
Well,
Or walk out on it?
the implication I meant was that I think everyone would have to leave, including the people that we brought here. But it does mean that we need to make sure that they are in this fighting for their home. They're not doing this because we ordered them to. They're doing this because they feel this is their home now. Because if they don't feel it's their home, then
I mean,
they
I
have
don't think
the
we've
option to
been
walk
here.
away exists.
I don't think we've been here long enough for them to know that we're telling them to do things. I think everything they've done since they got here has been for them.
I think we ask for 1 day to let anybody who wants to willingly leave safe passage out, and then or see if they'll allow safe passage for anyone who wants to willingly leave and not sit through a siege.
By the same token, they do have dragonkind among their number. So do we offer to them as well that, I mean, like, obviously, I don't know how much the zombies or skeletons care about this place, but do we offer them that those that want to either before or after the battle join us, because we are exploring the nature of dragonkind through our allies through this place,
Yeah,
just because they're
wouldn't hurt.
yeah. All right.
We are accepting of all
So I
claims
think
and creeds.
so I think in the letter that I sent to Arthur, I expanded out to not just be, appealing to Tara. Like, it's addressed to Taralax, but the idea would be that it appeals to all of his followers. That I make it clear we're not merchants of evil here, but we are willing to welcome those who
We are merchants.
want to join us in exploring dragonkind. All right.
Okay.
With the dragon as a leader.
They take your letter.
Yeah.
The hobgoblin representative here indicates that they will allow 24 hours for whoever you wish to depart to depart.
All right.
At that point, they will expect a full and unconditional surrender of Dragonhold.
I think we make it clear, don't we, that if they allow people to leave, that means less people have to fight. But we let them know that we intend to fight, but we ask them only to give a day for people to leave.
Understood.
So, and then once they've left,
The messengers withdraw.
okay. So then the question is, do we want to have anybody that leaves the castle go and come back and harass from behind, or go and bring other allies, or
Do we have any other allies that are
All right,
within
James,
distance?
I know you're a fan of Clone Wars, but I want to indicate that a false surrender is a war crime in this world and in real life.
or if they're smart, they would detain anybody that leaves until it's over anyway.
They will. We know that nature. They take prisoners. We should just prepare to fight and fight them.
Indeed.
So, there are a couple things I'd like to ask about. Some of you asked if you could send communications to units, the enemy units. If there's any unit in particular you'd like to contact, now would be the time to send diplomatic messages.
Didn't
Number
we
2
wanna-
is that the Hidden Valley Elves have their own camp in the north, which is defended by the Green Walkers. It is its own battlefield. Each direction outside of Dragonhold is also a battlefield. So there's a north, east, south, and west battlefield on top of the north battlefield leading to the Hidden Valley Elves. And each pass is also a battlefield, and that's where the enemy armies are starting each in their own pass. This isn't technically part of the Stronghold and Followers rule, since it assumes that all battles are taking place on the same battlefield, but this is a grander scale. The final thing to note is that Dragonhold itself offers a +4 morale bonus to any units that are inside of it, so your best defense is inside the walls. Essentially, fighting people in the open is bad for you. You've paid for these walls.
But once they reach the walls, you've got nowhere else to go. Then
that's correct. I'm just saying your morale is at its highest inside your own walls.
Okay, like the Strongholds and Falls book specifically says, don't fight people within your own walls if you can avoid it. That's
all true. I agree with all of that, and yet you are strongest inside of your own walls. Yeah. You also have the question of what's happening with Lothlorien. She has a diplomatic force here. You have yet to formally ally with her, and such a formal alliance may constrain the politics of the Hobgoblin princes and the True Elves. Asking her for help might gain you another unit, but it could be more complicated than you know.
Well, I think we've got to offer to her that, her unit is here and she is here and this place is about to be attacked. So
don't worry about complicated later.
If she does, no. The issue is that she can choose to take her unit and leave if she doesn't want to be a party to this. But if she stays, then we would ask that, that she help. Because our armies can't be sitting around defending her people if they won't defend themselves.
Were we also going to send a specific unit after the not orcs? What are they?
Chakosha?
Ogres?
Yeah. Ogres.
Ogres?
So the ogres are the siege engine. The gnolls under Skakosha, is that right?
Skakosha is the leader of the White Rider tribe.
Who are gnolls? Or
they are bugbears.
Bugbears, sorry, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, the siege stuff needs to die.
Elves are good against undead because elves don't suffer any kind of horror or fear type check.
Poisons.
If this is 4 separate battlefields and not one, then presumably one of us needs to command each of the 4 battlefields.
Right.
If there's no PCs, there's no orders.
You can issue orders from anywhere on the battlefield. What'll happen is all of you will issue one order to a unit until the 4 of you have all issued an order. Then the 4 enemy commanders will all issue one order, and that will continue until you run out of units to command. And then the term will end. Every unit will be refreshed, and you will start again with each commander issuing orders until you run out of units.
Is the True Elves Diplomatic Corps the ones that are already in the north, or is that a separate unit?
No, the ones that are already in the True Elves Diplomatic Corps are Lothlorien's Diplomatic Guard. The Green Walkers are the ones who have pledged themselves to the defense of the Hidden Valley Elves.
Okay. I kind of want to send that group against the undead.
Yeah. The issue is that the Ogre Siegers could destroy Dragonhold in two strategic turns. That's all it takes.
Okay.
So it's got 8 health and they do D6 damage. So
maybe we can send another group after that, but they have certain abilities that are really good against undead. So maybe we can send them against.
Well, we could have elven infantry against undead infantry. It's spectacular, mind you. You don't get that charge bonus on that first round, but slug it out.
You actually have another unit of elf infantry.
Yeah, two
Oh, yeah.
units of
The
yeah.
adventurers,
Tavern militia?
the Oath of the Tavern Militia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can use them against undead.
Okay.
So the true elves are already here on the sheet, so that means they're already we've already counted them among our numbers. So if they don't stay, then we are.
Just to be clear, I've indicated several times they are not among your number yet.
No, sorry, I was just counting the number of cards on the table.
Yes,
that was all. So,
yes, they are on your side because you could attempt to ally with them.
Yeah.
If you talk to Lithlorian. Or if you engage in some sort of immense subterfuge where you murder Lithlorian and then pretend to be her.
No.
I like the first one better.
Really? I actually would have thought the second one was more your style, but all
Listen,
right.
you kind of just grilled us on killing a whole bunch of fathers, so maybe we'll go good this time. What do we think?
So I guess we've got to talk to her first anyway, regardless of what the outcome's going to be. So and
100%.
she was there. So
I'd like to get her on our side. Okay, but we'll
so
deal with
Mary,
it.
did you want to address this one or?
Lauren.
Yes. Sorry, I'm looking at all the units. Just,
No worries.
looking at all of our troops and going, some of them are green. Oh no. Yes, I think that would be a good idea. I put on my jaunty hat, so I think I would go to Lothlorien as an elf. And
The Lothlorien is like a Taylor Swift album cover right now. She's walking around in like a white sundress with like a massive, floppy hat to cover all of her exposed skin because otherwise she would suffer from whatever it's called, daylight sensitivity, because she's a drow. She's looking out over the battlefields from the half-rebuilt battlements of Dragonhold, just taking in the sight of thousands of zombies and skeletons gathering in the east. And she just waits silently as you pull up next to her.
I do love your hat. It is fantastic. Just so you know.
Thank you. It
Quite the
was
predicament.
created for me personally. Can't get this in any stores. Yes, it is quite a predicament. I hadn't realized that the third prince would dispatch his personal levies to this battlefield. I'll admit some surprise that Murchison would back this play.
Well, we've done a lot to carve out this place, to reclaim it, rebuild it, offer it as a beacon of hope to people.
Well,
All
it is
peoples.
a beacon of loot. I fear that it will be incredibly easy after you are dead to disassemble the buildings that you have made, the items that you have purchased. Full value will not be given for any of these things, but this is a rich land, and all of it is available for the taking if one is stronger.
But there are things, there are powers, there are more than just treasures. There are things that need to be curated properly, need to be looked after by those who would not use them to crush other people, who would not use them to oppress, torment, and otherwise I will be less loquacious. It's important that Kithrix and Sparky remain looking after this place, and not to let it fall into the hands of, the likes of those who would follow what Orthodox would have prescribed, which is dominance, which is oppression, which is schemes and plots. Should people not be allowed to be happy and have choices? Or should they be placed under thumbs?
I'm aware that you follow some form of egalitarian republic here, but do not let your first world democracies of the players influence the fact that the majority of governments here are all monarchies, including the true elves.
No, well, there always needs to be people who are responsible for others in order, but we promised people something and we don't want to give it up yet. We want to give it a try.
That I can understand. What are you asking from me?
I'm asking two things. The first is your assessment of our odds. Would we be able to divide our forces and fight these enemies before they reach Dragonhold, so that we don't involve the people, the structures, the things that we have tried to build?
My assessment is that the enemy will not come at you all at once, which may give you a fighting chance. Or it could doom you. I expect that the undead will be used as shock troopers for their special qualities, and the fact that they can simply be revived at a later date at great expense and time. I would also suspect that after that wave comes in, you may find the levies of Prince Murchison sent as well. I fear that they will not be able to remain on campaign for very long. Levies will not, unless they are driven by a literal slave driver. I fear that these citizens will simply vanish from the battlefield overnight, going back to their homes. The longer you can delay this battle, the better the outcome will be for you in that regard, removing someone. I also question these escort brigadiers. They are a mercenary troop of some regard. They are also one of the smallest formations on this battlefield. That said, my understanding is that they are very experienced. If you could somehow turn them to your side through promises of money or power.
Make them a lord.
If the loot starters make it to the city, all is lost. They will not only destroy Dragonhold Keep, they will destroy and loot all of the buildings and people. Their leader, the Half-Man, is not well known for mercy or justice.
Therein lies my issue with abandoning this place and giving it over. As a spiritual leader for my people, I wouldn't want someone who is not known for mercy to rule this place. And what they could do with those powers, what they could do with this place, is bad for all people everywhere. We know dragons are on the move, different forces, good, evil, whatever. They think beyond that, as I've been told many times. But it leads me to the second question, the one that I hesitate, but it must be asked. In this grace period that we have until tomorrow, would you remove yourself from this place? Or would you aid it in its time of need?
I fear that I have no choice but to aid you. You are not well versed in combat in the South.
No.
But if you ask your saint without mercy, I'm sure he would tell you the same thing I'm about to tell you. This offer to withdraw through their lines will simply pull people away from your city to be murdered while passing through the enemy camp. I have no faith in this Parallax's mercy. But even were that not so, the hobgoblin way of war does not respect northerners. While my people might be allowed to pass through because of who we are, no one else will. And I cannot say for certain that my passage will be honored. This attack is unusual in several ways.
There's a time for nobility and mercy and proper conduct, and it seems like these forces that have arrayed themselves here are not privy to those, or at least they don't favor those ways.
I would ask that you pass command. And that's not what you would say. I will personally command my diplomatic corps. I would ask that you dispatch the other elven units to aid me. We will ride out against the invaders to the east. The undead.
If you're willing to slaughter the abominations, that undead, then yes, I would agree to that.
Yeah, so going to die.
Yeah, she definitely looks very Lord of the Rings elfily out to the east again, which again is where she was looking when this conversation started and said,
like now I've actually looked at the units. Like, this battle is so heavily against us. Like, it's absolutely one-sided.
I fear that I shall not return.
I mean the whole battle, not just that east battle.
Yes,
Well, it's your assessment that the undead would be the shock troops and they would be used first. So if we stop them before they can launch an attack, would you have advice for the rest of us where we should send units? The ogres and their siege equipment, that worries me for the walls, but I'm not sure that that's the immediate threat.
I am not a general. I am a diplomat.
Mm-hmm.
I have no specific strategic advice for you, I'm afraid.
That is fine.
Stay alive.
No matter what occurs. Will you find me? Never mind.
Hold on. Are
She
you
blushes.
flirting with this woman?
No, I'm quoting Last of the Mohicans.
Yes,
movie.
but I'm questioning you. Very
We're flirting.
specific. Yeah.
No, I've never. No, I'm
Okay.
just. I'm meaning for the audience. Don't worry.
Okay.
Quiniria blushes.
Neri blushes. Yes.
She turns and continues to stare out at the undead who will almost certainly be her doom.
Oh, guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it.
100% doom.
James is giving up all hope.
Well, I mean, look. So if it was just these armies against each other, there's no way to sway force through the side. Our best chance is to take our entire army and try and escape through the south, because we're all low power units and they're all high toughness units except for the south. So we'll have no problem hitting them, but we'll just never damage them, and they've got way more health than our units have. And they, in terms of their actual combat values, they beat us by 30%, or 50% if you don't include Dragonholder, because it's not actually a combat unit. So it's like as battles go, it's a hopeless battle unless we can actually sway things.
You're saying there's a chance.
I think he's specifically saying there's not a chance.
Well, no, I'm saying if there's any things promise the, I mean, even then, the escort brigadiers are one of their worst units. Although they've got decent power at least, so they can actually help with taking on some of the tougher units like the undead.
One thing to note is that infantry can't attack cavalry.
Yeah. Infantry can't attack cavalry. I thought that
infantry cannot attack cavalry. Only archers can attack cavalry. Infantry and levy can't attack cavalry. It's to represent the fact that the cavalry would just ride away from them. They can only attack each other when the cavalry charge in. So cavalry units are capable of choosing when and where they fight.
Yeah.
So if you dangle a cavalry unit in front of them, you know, the infantry basically can't counterattack it until they are attacked first. Just something to note.
Yeah.
I know that the escort brigadiers seem like they might be weaker than normal, but they got pretty decent stats. They're veteran heavies.
They've got good power and attack.
They might be the
and
worst of the enemy units.
No, the worst is the hobgoblin levies for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I would point out
Well,
that despite their immense size, the skeletons and the zombies are they automatically fail morale checks. Oh, sorry, they can't fail morale checks, but they have to make morale checks to be. Oh, sorry, you're right.
Yeah, it's all good for them. You have to make morale checks to fight them, and they don't take morale checks.
Morale checks. Yes.
And they've got 10 health, and they've got like 13 and 14 toughness, so they're really hard to injure.
Mm-hmm.
Where most of our guys have +1, so we're only winning them on like a 13 or 14 plus.
Oof.
And that's where where the elves only have 4 health and only have +1 power, so they'll get absolutely butchered by the undead.
I was gonna ask, do you want to try to? Because I have like 500 gold I can throw at someone. Do you want to see if we can just throw 500 gold at like the ogres and be like, here, take this and go away? That'd be enough to dissuade them. Or we could try to use it to bribe the esport guys.
It's esport. I've said that repeatedly.
It's esport.
Double S.
The best way to win this fight is not to fight it.
Yeah.
What's the second best way to win this fight?
By not fighting it.
A fighting retreat.
I have an answer for that. Have you ever seen the show How I Met Your Mother?
Yes, Ted.
There's a song from it called Murder Train. The only lyrics are murder, step aboard the murder train. If you want to know the second best way to win this fight. Murder!
It's either murder or no murder, because we only have 2 options.
Saying that, or God, this is probably a terrible idea. Just send everything we have up to just try to kill the ogres before they can get close to the keep, and then retreat back to the keep and fight everything as it comes.
Oh my
God,
God!
the heaviest, hardest hitting things.
I feel like
Bowhammer posting memes from the Game of Thrones battle against the Night King. Jesus.
I feel like the enemies to the east will get to Dragonhold before they can get there and get back.
I want to remind you that you also were discussing dispatching people to assassinate enemy commanders as well.
Yeah, you told us that was not great.
He tells us it was a bad idea.
I said that the 4 of you, it would be a bad idea. You have other strong NPCs under your control who are extremely high level characters.
Yes.
Who are
Where's that,
less of more of a match.
What's his name? The gnome warlock that we that set up inside the church. Can I just give him a horse and let him go Eldritch Blast and run around?
Okay, let me go check for his name.
Just go Baja Blast everything.
Vittorio? Is it Vittorio?
That might sound right. Hold on, I'm going
There's
back
an
through
somewhere.
the huge list of NPCs that are currently around you.
Vittorio, an old halfling.
Toro Cognosticor.
That sounds right.
Swing warlock, Dwarven's runes stitched into his eyes. Face
You are going to
tattoos,
give him
and
one of your
sometimes-
horses and let him go ham out on the battlefield?
Yeah.
You have someone you want him to target.
The ogres.
I don't think he's going to put a dent in the ogres.
No.
Not the ogres. The zombies.
Well,
Is that
I want to
what
look
you
at what units have actual commanders.
You are the commanders.
No, I'm saying like enemy units.
Oh, each of the passes is commanded by one of the 4 enemy commanders. The
'Cause,
escort
I mean, like-
brigadiers have their own sub-commander that issues their orders. Terralax controls the west. The Prince Eldruka Merchant Son commands the south, although again, Skakosha is sub-commanding the White Rider tribe. Howlin Halfman is commanding the north, and you have no idea who the necromancer in the east is. No one has shown up and been like, hey, it's me.
Yeah, because trying to kill the necromancer might, result in the undead army going away. Then
It will.
You know,
it
like-
will absolutely result in all of them instantly dying. Yes.
yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, that sounds like the best option.
Yes.
So you want to send Vittorio Cognac, Casker?
Oh, that's like, okay, because of Arthur's joke about a warlock riding around on a horse, like that doesn't make him a good assassin.
He's a fifth level warlock, so
We need someone who is good solo, who can move across the terrain without problems, and has an octopus that can wield multiple
that's
daggers.
really specific.
it's not
There's
me.
only one person.
There's only one person. So
Only one
I'm just
person.
thinking, I mean, from Guinevere point of view, Dad, can you help me?
This is like when I have to write tenders for government jobs and you want to specify the product, but you can't name a product. So you got to put a description which is so specific that
Yeah.
nobody could possibly select any other product.
Yep.
I see that you've read every NASA report for the last 10 years written by contractors. We need an engine with this exact specifications, and only Northrop Grumman and Boeing are capable of making it. That's so weird. Okay, so you want your dad, Rudra, and Octi to go assassinate somebody.
I think,
If
who
it
best
pleases
to
them.
get across terrain and sneak up on someone and do something?
I love Farmer's comment in chat there, AP. If you get with the mercenaries, you already go back and go play Blood Bowl instead.
Wow. We're gonna make Eoira canon in this universe. Eoira the bargainer. Who do you want to send your dad against?
Necromonger.
We want to. Well, I want to ask him if he thinks he can fight a necromancer.
I think your dad. You have to ride out to the Hidden Valley Elves, and while you're there,
Yes.
you might as well figure out what the Green Walkers are going to do.
Yes.
Your dad likes this plan, but he says, I have to tell you, I think that... and while he's doing this, he's like shirtless, he's putting on like a vest and strapping on like a bandolier of arrows all over the place. You're right, we will have to take a break very shortly, but he's also like painting his face with mud and putting on camouflage. Just to be clear, again, your dad looks like a Bollywood actor for certain. As a wood elf, he looks like he is a very handsome, elderly, like 50-year-old Indian ripped dad. He's just like strapping his bow on his back, and he's like, I have to say, if there is one person that I would like a piece of, it is the one who has tried to kill you in the past, Kakosha. This man has specifically targeted you. Am I not correct in this?
Yes.
He claims to
his
be a
arrow-
master of archery. I shall put that
Yes.
to the test, if you would allow me.
I think, and then that is your prerogative, father. If that is what you wish to do, if you
I
can take out
understand.
that enemy.
He has a
and you
hawk
can-
familiar. Let us see how a hawk contends with the power of the sea. Octi like jumps up on his shoulder and is waving 7 knives around.
So if it's the prince that commands the south, does that mean killing Sakosha doesn't actually remove an
It
order?
will remove the White Riders, but it will not remove the levies. As mentioned,
but-
though,
but-
the
but-
levies
but-
need to
but-
make a
will-
check every day whether or not they just disperse.
Okay, but will it remove the order? Like, because obviously there's only so many NPC orders.
Just to be clear, though,
Yeah.
I know I made a big deal about this, but just to be clear, you continue to issue orders until you've run out of units. So it's not like you issue 4 orders, they issue 4 orders, and that's it. You'll issue 4 orders, they'll issue 4 orders, and you'll keep going back and forth until both sides run out of units, and then it'll refresh. It just means that anyone
So-
who isn't participating in the battle and is dueling can't issue orders, which means for the players, you have nothing to do strategically.
So my understanding is that say they had 4 units with one person commanding it,
Yes.
and you had one unit, one person commanding it. You issue an order, they issue an order, and then your unit resets, and you issue that
that
unit
is not
again.
how it
And then
works.
okay,
Both sides continue to issue orders until all units have
okay. That's not how I
orders.
read it, or when I watched other people play it online. That's not how it was
Interesting.
played. It was like
That was not my understanding.
yeah.
So, on a player's turn, they may issue one order to a fresh allied unit. Each turn, a GM may issue a number of orders to enemy units equal to the number of players. Issuing a unit exhausted. An exhausted unit cannot carry an order out until it's refreshed. All units begin refreshed. Once all units are exhausted, all units are immediately refreshed. And that's the important part. You continue to issue orders until all units have been exhausted.
I thought it's all units on your side get refreshed because the
No,
thing
it
is
says
that
all units are exhausted. All units are refreshed.
okay. That's
I mean, the
that's
internet
that's
was
not-
wrong.
Okay, I watched some playthroughs and that was different. Where the thing is that because the thing is that
I'm looking right out of the
equalizing
book,
factor-
version 1.1, page 241.
Yeah.
Under the issue and order section. I also triple checked this part to be sure. Listen, James, just because other people jump off a bridge doesn't mean I'm going to make this group jump off of a bridge. Maybe there's been an errata. I don't know if I have the latest copy. I have the last thing that I downloaded from the last update, but there could have been an errata. What a great time to take a break, though, guys.
Yes.
What if we take a 5-minute break, and when we come back, James is going to school me on how I don't know what I'm talking about, and my version is out of date.
Stay
We'll
tuned.
be back. All right, guys. James is completely demoralized at this point. I've killed his morale.
It's more a case of like we did the homework. I read the rules. I try to understand the situation, but as I say, like I don't see us winning following the rules as we've got to do stuff which is not within the rules. I mean,
You're telling me you have to role play?
It's not part of Strongholds and Followers. What we've got to do in order to make this a winnable Strongholds and Followers fight.
Well, that leads me to ask, what are you going to do? Because you have 24 hours to take some actions.
Is there any
Split
way
assassin.
then to deal with this necromancer? Because those units are big and tough.
Yeah.
You'd have
once
to
again,
identify and then murder the necromancer.
Yes.
I'm assuming he'd be the one alive guy surrounded by a bunch of dead guys.
You'd think that, and yet no
He
one
would be
has
undead.
bothered to look for one yet.
I can scout that area
Actually,
in the
hold
next
on a
24
second.
hours.
Your assumption, it doesn't include the idea that he might be a skeletal mage or even a lich and look exactly like everyone else?
I
Just
was
maybe
also
with like a
thinking that.
weird orb or something?
We were
I
just
mean, if we
looking
got
for the
a lich
glowing
attacking
orb.
us, we got bigger problems.
I was gonna say, I feel like Skeletor would be a really good commander here. You'd just be like, oh, I don't know, we just can't find a bad guy. He looks like a skeletal zombie. He must just...
Yes, look for the one buff skeleton.
He looks like Arnold.
Sorry, what is the plan though?
Okay, so we take care of Skakosha. We know that, right?
You are sending your dad to go assassinate Skakosha.
Well, that's what he wants to do. I can't.
I listen, just because he wants to do it doesn't mean it is or is not a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, I think your dad is the only one we could send that could
Potentially kill him.
reliably drop the necromancer. But I also think like if he were to go full Rambo, he could probably drop Skakosha too.
Yeah.
could we get one of the dragons to overfly the undead camp and try and identify
Yeah,
who's in charge?
Which dragon are you going to ask?
all of them.
No, well, I mean, so I can remember between because there's a topaz and there's
The
a
library.
There's the powerful one, he's the emerald, and
yeah.
the topaz one, I believe, hasn't given you a name.
The
He's the
librarian.
librarian dragon. though.
Librarian.
Okay,
Let's do the emerald one because at night it could be a little bit less obvious than in topaz color.
Okay. So
I
you're
mean,
gonna try to convince the powerful one to do your
Because
bidding.
he's so powerful, he'd be able
Okay.
to do it.
I feel like this scene definitely takes place on the roof above the dojo.
100%.
The powerful one is just kind of roosting up here. He's gathered a small pile of particularly shiny rocks, some copper and silver coins, empty potion bottles into a sort of nest that he has here in his open air cabana abode. He's got up a couple of poles that have tarps between them just to keep a little bit of water off of him. Kind of looks lazily at whoever comes up to the roof.
This is you, Bearded. This is your guy.
It's quite the horde you have there.
He snorts dismissively. He knows that that's a lie.
We all start somewhere. I didn't even have a dojo before we got this nice little hold.
It's
we
my
have.
dojo. I'm the one who's been running it.
I built it, but
You've
it
been
was-
here for like
it's
4
fine.
days.
Doesn't make it any less fine. Anyways,
They say that having something is possession is 9/10 of the law under human law, correct?
that's not been my experience, no. But how about I give it to you in full if you do me one quick favor?
You're giving me the dojo?
Yes.
What's the favor?
Fly over the necromancer's area with all the undead and tell me which one he is.
You want me to tell you which one the necromancer is?
Yes. Or any of us, if you happen to catch us.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Where are you? There you are. Yes. 19.
He looks at you and he does the lizard sideways blink. And then he just jumps and leaps off the roof and then starts flying away.
That was easy.
He's going up into the nighttime cloud cover.
Oh, the dragon's off.
What about the
I,
vodka plan?
I'm going to ask a question real quick. Has anyone actually read the Emerald Dragon stats?
Oh,
James?
Not for a long. Like, not to the point. I know them as well as I know metallic and chromatic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Audience at
I'm
home.
trying to avoid metagaming, so
I want you, I mean,
Same.
all right, I'll buy that. Okay. Audience at home, I want you to know that this is pretty much the best plan they could have come up with for several simple reasons.
it's the only plans I got.
If the Emerald Dragon gets within range of a spellcaster, it forces them to make continuous concentration checks to maintain spells. Because of its draconic aura.
Oh,
So what happens is in the middle of the night, the entire undead army collapses and falls to the ground. Unbelievable. I can't believe you guys figured that
Nailed
one out.
it.
good job, Bearded.
I'm
Good job.
glad
It only
this-
cost me a dojo.
I'm glad these dragons have finally done something useful.
So what happens is the Emerald Dragon flies back in the morning looking very tired and goes, I'm sorry. I couldn't find the necromancer. Everything was dead. And he goes and cries in a corner and he's just like, my dojo.
All right.
I don't
How about I give it
understand.
to you anyway?
You're giving it to me anyway?
Yes.
All right. It starts using its tail to begin pushing its heap of trash down the stairs to the dojo. It just sets up on the dojo. The middle of the dojo is now where it's going to sleep. The dojo is completely worthless. It can no longer be used for martial arts practice because a dragon lives there.
But it decimated entire armies, so
Yeah, it did kill.
kind of got a good deal.
Killed almost 1,000 undead.
For a day though, like it's before he can raise them again.
Yeah.
That is not how that works.
Okay.
It took this guy hundreds of years to gather this much.
Well, wait a second. Wouldn't that mean, though, we would see one thing standing amongst a whole bunch of undead corpses
Unless-
and bones and stuff?
Unless
he-
the
if he
caster
fled.
immediately fell over and his whole army did. Let me ask you, what if everyone in your army immediately died? Would you
Run away! Run away!
Oh, wow.
So
All right.
some
Well, that was a
cavalry out
real
there.
abuse of that particular monster's stats.
I want to send. God, I keep messing up his name.
Babka.
Babka or Babkich. Babka. I want to.
Babbage is the guy who makes food on YouTube.
Or computers.
Are they still in business? I thought they were bought out by GameStop.
No, I'm talking about Charles Babbage, who
Yeah, but
invented,
he had he had a.
Yeah.
There's a computer shop in America called Babbage's, but it was bought out by like GameStop and all the other.
I want to get Babka, and I want to tell him to like ride out and mingle with the levies. And I want to.
Okay,
tell
so
him
just to be clear, you want him to ride over open ground and be like, "Hey, what's up, guys? I am one of you." Babka, a really like his equipment marks him as being a knight, and these levies have no equipment at all. They're just farmers with whatever farming equipment they've brought and like poles. There's no armor involved.
he's riding out there as like a. I want him to talk to the levies.
All right, I'm going to
Not
make
to
a
the
deception check for Babka.
Yeah.
If he fails, he will die. As long as you are understanding what's about to happen here.
Well, can I tell you what I want him to do first before you make this the roll?
Very well.
Because I don't know if deception is necessarily the correct check for him. I want him to like mingle with the levies because these are the people from like his hometown, right?
Yes.
So I want him to like mingle with them and tell them like, don't fight for this prince. You can fight or come join Dragonhold, where we're offering people like free land to build your own home and to work and farm. And like essentially I would tell him like what it's like working for us and join us and screw the prince who's gonna have like essentially send you to your death.
Are you sending him as a official messenger, or are you having him go undercover?
I send him as an official messenger.
Okay. After a few hours, he returns. They didn't let him talk to any of the levies. They were just like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm an official messenger. I want to talk to the armies." And they go, "No."
Who's next?
It would be really weird for someone to make a speech in front of somebody else's army. Bearded, I could tell that you really want to go out and try to assassinate someone. And I appreciate that you're restraining yourself.
It was definitely my plan A, but we moved down to plan, everything else at the moment. I'm pretty confident in what I've done so far, so I think I'm just gonna see how it's gonna play out, and I'll go from there.
Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do before the first 24 hours passes?
Are we gonna have a ranger do archery duel? We're gonna.
Or will that happen during the battle, or will that happen beforehand? How's that working?
I'll run
Could
the
be
mechanics
sound.
on my own side. Don't you guys worry about that,
Yeah.
Google. The real question is, who's going to win the octopus versus hawk duel? That's the
what
question I want to know.
That's the
I feel like the
pay-per-view.
hawk definitely has a massive
Is-
advantage there, but if the
is it
octopus
happening
can grapple,
How
What's-
heavy is the octopus? Because a hawk can
I
only
don't know.
carry so
What's a
much.
small octopus weigh? Like 4 pounds?
What's the octopus's name?
He's not a full size. It's
Octi.
Octi, the octopus. He's not a full size octopus. He's like a small octopus.
What's the hawk's name?
You have
We don't
no
know.
idea what Skakosha's hawk's name is.
Damn.
You didn't stop to
Skakosha.
ask. You can find a druid and see if they can figure it out.
It's Tony.
You want to? Okay, you really want to have Tony Hawk, huh? Wow. His name is Anthony Hawk.
Perfect. Canon.
Non-canon. Can I have one of you roll a d6? Okay, the levies just dissipate.
You're welcome.
You're on fire today, Peter, as far as rolling.
I'm the greatest commander this world has ever seen.
Okay, so now
do
the
you
enemies
wanna-
are like, huh, this is considerably worse. We've lost all
It
of
is.
our shock troops in one day.
Yeah, these have been very substantial changes.
Yes,
all
it
things
is.
debuted.
But on the other hand, they were going to attack you piecemeal. They now are no longer going to do that.
So-
do we want to try to bribe the Esprit?
The escort brigadiers.
Yes. Esprit.
Yes.
I kind of feel like your opportunity to do that was before I asked you if
Yeah.
there was anything else you wanted to do,
Oh.
and you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I think we're going to give Arthur some.
Yes.
Yeah, let's give
Stuff
him
to
some
do.
turns.
Now I need the copium.
So here's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking that in the battle we send the Green Walkers and the 2 bow units. So the
Just to be clear, you
the-
don't have command of the Green Walkers.
I know, I'm just talking about from the point of view of like if we were to allocate forces where they will go.
Very well.
So the Green Walkers and the 2 bowman units, so Bjorman's bowmen and the Redwood bowmen, after the siege engines. That they've got to because the next thing we really want to try and do is take out the siege engines next. They've got the highest power, the highest chance to injure the siege engines, and the 3 units working against them should hopefully be able to take them out in the first day of combat, basically.
Mhm.
In which case, the rest of our forces then need to defend against the 3 units. Sakosha's people plus the 2 from the dragons. In which case we just allocate out our infantry and cavalry accordingly.
My
Yes.
only thought is it would be nice to have some archers to defend the walls of our Dragonhold.
I'm just saying, so mechanically, archers do nothing extra in walls other than get more morale.
Okay.
But like strategically, from a real world, siege perspective, 100% archers on the
Yes.
walls.
Sorry, I only think in
You
real
just don't
world
want
terms.
an old man with a shaky hand missing a few fingers.
Like
He's the guy that shoots first, and then everybody else.
when I was a kid, when I was a young teenager, I used to buy all my role playing books through a mail order catalog called Military Simulations, and they always used to put these little cartoons in the booklet as well. And my favorite one was this picture of a whole bunch of bowmen on a wall and a whole army in front of them. There's one guy on the ground in front of the army with like 50 arrows in his body, and one of the bowmen is saying, "Well, we all aimed at the same guy."
Pretty much.
I love that one.
Exactly, faux hammer.
All right. It is up to you all to choose which 4 units you wish to activate the first round. You can move. I think for most of them, the only order you can really conceivably issue is move and choose
Move to a
which
battlefield, yeah.
Yeah.
battlefield you want to dispatch people to.
Well, if no one has any other issues, I would like to send Bjorman's bowmen to the north battlefield as my action.
Sounds good to me.
Although we do it it's initiative, isn't there, in this system?
My understanding is that it was just players first, but let's take a look.
I mean, we could roll initiative to see.
Once
Which
again,
one of us-
I'm only going on the battles I watch rather than the.
Roll initiative and run your encounter normally. Very well. Let's do it.
Okay.
So each commander rolls a regular initiative.
Well, I'm down a commander.
If we want to make it easier for ourselves, we could just roll initiative for us, so we could just go.
I think because you AP you're adding the units to the
Yes, I
initiative,
am.
but I think yeah.
I'm adding the units that represent the commanders, so
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, good call.
because I don't have tokens for.
Let's go, Godric.
individual commands.
Hopefully this does with it.
Oof.
Okay, it didn't. So I rolled with advantage. I'm going to roll a second time because
Oh, lucky or whatever.
no, because I've got advantage from my from one of my items. It hasn't.
Oh, nice.
That's not me roll. I'm just going to roll a different d20 if need be.
And who are we missing?
Me, I haven't rolled for initiative.
All right, so that puts me up to.
18.
Could you change mine to 12? Sorry, Arthur, because I didn't roll with my advantage.
I can do that.
There's some sort of carousel appearing now. Is that part of?
Yes, it's the new carousel. So, sorry, the old carousel is no longer supported under version.
So is that a mod or is that
it's a mod.
just a feature of Foundry? Okay, cool.
It's
I like it 'cause it has
called
some stuff on it
Combat
too.
Carousel Tracker or something instead
Okay.
of Carousel Combat, whatever the old one was.
I'm a fan.
I mean, it includes all of your stats and such that you can.
Yeah.
Nira, I need you to issue your first order.
What do you guys think of sending the bowman south? Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeoman's Bowman North.
North? Okay, yeah. Let's do the bowman north then.
Dispatch them to the north battlefield. That will make it Guineria.
And we want to send the other bowmen to the north battlefield as well?
The Redwood as well, if possible.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
Redwood
More
bowmen
archers.
to the north battlefield.
So those units are tapped, I believe. Is that right? Effectively.
They are exhausted.
So, yeah, because they've taken an action.
Godric.
Or infantry and cavalry to the west, correct?
Which
Yeah,
unit
the
of
cavalry to the
cavalry?
west.
I'll send the first home guard west.
Just to be clear, you're saying the first home guard, not the home
Yes.
guard or the first house guard.
First home
Perfect.
guard.
Perfect. Just making sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, these guys
I
need
was
to equip
looking at
themselves to
the
battle
card
and get
that
proper names.
Those guys are gonna get wrecked.
The loot starters move themselves to the Hidden Valley Elves. Kithrix.
So we have no command over the Hidden Valley Elves. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay.
You had an opportunity to try to get them on your side, and you've consistently insulted them from their point of view.
So this means I'll sit there and die without taking
No,
any
they're
actions?
going to counterattack.
Okay.
I mean, they're not just going to be like, oh, the ogre showed up. We should die. They're going to counterattack,
Should just
but
sit here.
they are not going to make any attempt to like move out. They're going to defend themselves, and that's it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we should send some more troops west.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we send the Oath Militia to the west.
Okay. Very well. It's Gakosha time. Gakosha's unit does not move. There appears to be some kerfuffle in their camp.
Imagine.
Good.
The Black Dragon Fangs dispatch the escort brigadiers to the western battlefield. Panera. There are still 3 units left to move.
Let's see here.
Oh, sorry. At the end of the round, my apologies. At the end of the round, the Green Walkers are going to open up a round of combat on the loot starters. So they need to make a to-hit roll using their
Which is an attack. D20 plus 4.
versus
Trying to hit a
their
14.
defense of 14.
People have been through a lot in area.
They hit.
They hit, and then it's a power roll versus toughness, so D20 plus 1
They
versus
need a
15.
12 on the die, and they get it.
Oh, they're plus 3. Okay, yeah, so they do 1 point of damage, dropping it to 5.
So the loot starters go from a 6 to a 5.
Let's go.
You get my spreadsheet open. So the guy who's in charge of the Green Walkers, whose name you never got, who was like, I'm the only one who has any real experience here, and you were like, we don't want you to leave because you're kind of arrogant, and he was like, I'm so arrogant, I'm going to take my ball and go home. That guy is like alone facing one of the most heavily armed, most experienced, brutal mercenary forces on the planet right now, with a bunch of regular cavalrymen, and he's like, you know what, let's charge. Oh, because he was charging, he actually inflicts 2 casualties, so they go from a 6 to a 4.
Yeah, nice.
It is technically, this is an overwhelming success. The defender is then engaged, so the loot starters cannot move until they kill the Green Walkers. These 2 forces, or the Green Walkers withdraw. These 2 forces are now locked in place.
Yeah.
Normally,
the Green Walkers have to make a morale check to disengage.
Yes, they do. And let's see here. Cavalry can only attack every other round unless engaged, but they are choosing to remain engaged.
Yeah.
They are remaining charged. And technically they got that attack at advantage because they were charging. But either way, the Green Walkers are now stuck in with the loot starters, a unit which will almost certainly brutalize and murder all of them. They had a great opening attack, though, which brings us back to Nero. Where would you like to dispatch the last 3 units?
Can I get the Redwood Bowmen to get up there to help them?
The Redwood Bowmen have already moved.
So it's only these 3, like the Home Guard, the First House Guard, and the True Elk. We need to send someone to the south, probably the other cavalry unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the Home Guard to go south.
What do we want to do with our green infantry?
I think that the infantry stay in the hold.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So you're just issuing for the First House Guard to remain, Guineria? Yes. Okay. And that leaves command of the True Elf Diplomatic Guards to Godric.
We can send them south to support. So we've got an infantry and a cavalry in each side.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Godric's call, though. He's the orderer.
Good idea. I feel like we're all doing this together since we're not generals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Battlefield command by committee. Sounds like the worst possible idea.
Hey, we're doing pretty good so far.
That's why most democracies don't have a single military leader to control everything. They allow military units to discuss among themselves what the best action would be. Terralax orders the Black Dragon Fangs onto the western battlefield, which will end the round. Beginning turn 2. All units have refreshed. Tanira, you can order any unit to do whatever you want.
Oh, any unit? Okay. Can we get the human archers up to the north?
You want to move them into the Hidden Valley Elves? Okay. Yeah. Just note that they can't do anything this turn.
What can they attack from range? Because they're archers? Like, how does that work?
They have to be on the same battlefield.
Okay, so it's like there's like 2 steps to each battlefield, is there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, just send them up there.
That's why the loot starters had to show up, and then the Green Walkers were like, "Oh, you showed up, stab."
Okay.
Let's do it.
So where possible, we want to not move the south units for as long as possible, and hopefully have the White Walkers come to us. In that case, because then we get to
White Walkers.
right. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
There's zombies from the north. They haven't showed up yet.
Yeah.
That's real final season stuff.
So we probably want to use our next 2 actions to attack with the 2 units which are currently, in an engaged battlefront.
You only the cavalry can engage the cavalry.
Yep.
So your first home guard can choose either unit to attack, but the tavern militia can only attack the Black Dragon Fangs.
Yeah.
Guineria,
Do we want to try then to start softening up the Black Dragon Fangs, or do we want to eliminate the Brigadiers?
I think have the cavalry attack the cavalry because they've only got 4 healths. So and
Okay.
if you charge, you'll be at advantage, and if you do damage, you'll take them down to 2 health, and they'll be
All right, that's
be what do you call it?
they'll be diminished. Yes.
Diminished. That's right.
diminished. Okay, the first home guard will attack the escort Brigadiers.
Okay. Make a attack roll at advantage. You
Well,
have
that's
a
just we
plus
roll
4,
2d20.
and you're looking to hit a 14, which is
Okay.
highly probable.
So I'm rolling 1d20 plus 4 twice.
2d20 plus 4, keep highest one. Sorry. 2d20 KH1 plus 4.
KH1 plus 4.
Yes.
Yep.
That should
Let's
keep
see
the
if that
highest
works.
of the 2 rolls.
Nope, error. Oh, I got, maybe it's because you don't put spaces in.
Yep.
Sorry.
That
That's
is
a hit.
successful.
So then
20.
it'll be a power check, which is +2 versus their toughness. So D20 +2, trying to beat 11.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Definitely
Nice.
beats it.
Okay, they are instantly diminished.
Crushing it.
So let me see if it's when they're diminished or if they take an attack when they're diminished. If the casualty die when diminished, it must make a DC 15 morale check. Okay, so it's from here on out. It has to make a morale check every time it suffers a casualty.
Yeah.
That's bad
But
for them.
they've got +6 morale, and they can choose to ignore the first failed morale.
Correct.
So
But these 2 units are now engaged together and can't leave without making morale checks. Which will make it Godric Deepbottom's turn.
Now that the escort guys are engaged, can the infantry attack them now?
No.
No? Okay.
I'd have them tie up the Black Dragon Fangs anyway. Otherwise, the Dragon Fangs can sort of march past to the keep too. So
Yeah.
You can also get the dwarven bowmen up north.
We might want to try to attack the Dragon Fangs before they
yeah,
attack
before they
the
get to
militia.
attack
Oh,
us.
that's a true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. We'll send the elf to the tavern militia
Okay.
into the Black Dragon Fangs.
Okay.
I'm going to issue that order and then immediately feel regret.
Yeah. So D20 +3 needing to hit 18. No.
Mm-mm. Now, these 2 units are not engaged because you're not cavalry. You can't force them to stay here. It is the Loot Starter's turn. They are going to try to crush. As engaging, both units may only attack each other. Okay. They have to crush the Green Walkers first, so they will do so. This kind of sucks for me because they're not the best at fighting other people, and they have failed to fight other people. They're really, really good at knocking down walls. But in fact, these ogres with like wall breaking equipment, like giant maces and like balls and chains, are nearly useless at fighting elven regular cavalry in a forest.
Imagine.
Imagine that. The elves take no damage as a result of them scattering before the Loot Starters, which leaves it to Kithrix.
I will move the Bjorman's Bowman into that melee as well.
Very well. The White Rider tribe will dispatch themselves finally to the southern battlefield. And the Black Dragon Fangs will move into Dragonhold proper. At the end of the round, the Green Walkers will counterattack the Loot Starters again. They don't get charge bonus, and they don't hit anyway. So which units have already acted? So I guess the better question is which units haven't acted. I believe it's the Southerners and the first house guard.
Yeah, and also on your side, the escort brigadiers haven't acted yet either.
That is true. I gotta wait for their turn to come around though. Tanira.
So you can attack with either the home guard, the true elves, or with the first house guard.
Let's go with the true elves.
Okay. Civil War. You're rolling a D20 plus 3. Need to beat an
D20
11.
plus 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. They're infantry. They can't attack cavalry.
That's true. You're correct.
So you have to attack with the home guard instead,
Okay, let's do that.
which is D20 plus 4, but it's with advantage
Are
as
you
well because they're
charging?
charging.
Is the question.
Okay, keep so 2d20,
Yes, keep highest one.
keep highest 1, and it's without any
Plus 4.
spaces, right?
Plus 4, yeah.
Yes,
All
without
that.
No
spaces.
spaces.
Okay. Fuck.
Still a hit though.
That is a hit.
Okay, cool.
Now you have to make a
Yeah.
power check at +2, beating an 11.
Yeah, so it's
20
just
plus
1d20
2.
not.
Yep, that'll do
Yep.
it.
2 more
That
damage
is
on the
2
White Rider tribe.
hits, bringing them from an 8 to a 6, which represents about 100 people killed. Wineria.
Finally, it's okay to kill people.
These two.
Okay.
The house guard can attack the Black Dragon Fangs. Alternatively, we can move.
Are they gonna do anything? Is the question.
Well, I mean, there's no point in not attacking. The other thing is,
that's-
well, we can move the diplomatic corps back into the dragon hole to outnumber the Black Dragon Knights.
I might like that if we've got the white riders tied up with the home guard, then I would say move the elves back
Very
to
well.
help defend.
That leaves Godric commanding the first house guard in Dragonhold.
Go ahead and attack the Black Dragon Fangs.
You are rolling D20 plus 3, looking to beat an 18.
Plus 2. They're attack plus 2, aren't they?
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the diplomatic corps.
Yeah.
You can do it. Oh,
You cannot.
you can almost do it.
I think that I have the escort brigadiers left, and that will cover my side. They're rolling a 4 against an 11.
Super heavy infantry.
Yep.
Rip.
Plus 5 versus 11.
Yes. They are very likely to hurt you when they hit.
Yep.
And they definitely
So that drops the first
do.
home guard down to 5.
Okay, that will round out the round. At the start of the 3rd hour, something seems to be happening in the White Riders tribe's attack formation. Tanira,
Yes.
what do you want to do?
Can we use the home guard to attack the White Riders?
Yes.
So they're going to happen later on in the battle. Because the first one's going to get to act as the loot starters. So we're not going to kill. Yeah, we're not going to kill them, but we could potentially demoralize them.
Yeah, let's do that.
Diminish. Yeah.
Demoralization.
So Bjorman's Bowman is going to be your best chance to injure them.
Yorman it is. What do I got to roll?
Plus 4,
D20
looking
plus
to hit
4.
a 14.
D20 plus 4. $16.
Yep, and then D20 plus 4 again, looking at a 15.
D20 plus 4. Yes.
Yeah, another damage to the
19.
starters. So they're now at half strength.
They are now diminished, and further casualties will force a morale check.
Get halved.
Wineria.
The Redwood Bowmen will also attack the starters.
Very well.
So that's
Plus
a
3, looking
club.
to hit a 14. Some real almost 50-50-ish.
Nice.
And that works.
17.
Plus
Plus
2,
2,
looking
trying
to
to hit a
beat a
15.
15.
Look at the bowmen working together, doing archery things.
No.
Oh,
The first
Ding, ding,
volley
ding.
of arrows from the dwarves is unusually good at making their way through the extremely heavy armor of the loose starters. The human arrows are just like hail falling on
Ding, ding, ding.
the outside of plate mail.
Mhm.
Annoying, but not effective.
The dwarf arrows are thicker, just like the dwarves.
Let's see. Do we want to bring the tavern militia back up behind the Black Dragon Fangs?
I'd give moving orders last, do attacking orders first.
Then do we want to do the True Elves versus the Black Dragons, or do we want to do the attack the White Riders first?
I think either is as good a choice as the other, because whatever you do, I'll do the other before the White Riders get to actually do something. So
True elves. Protect
So
the
I'll
fort.
do the True Elves against the Black Dragons.
Plus 3, looking to hit an 18.
What's the percent?
Plus 3 versus 18. No.
They're so powerful.
Loot starters are locked into fighting the Green Walkers. They hit and they deal 2 points, diminishing the Green Walkers, who are now on unsteady footing. Pithrix.
all right, I will do the Home Guard versus the White Rider tribe.
Very well.
All right. Plus 4. That misses.
Damn.
White Riders will counter attack using their well-known patented ride very quickly firing arrows a bunch, and it doesn't work very well. The Black Dragon Fangs will attack the True Elves Diplomatic Corps for the impertinence of attacking them first. They're theoretical allies. That is a hit. And then need a 4 on the die here, so, you know.
Yep, they're diminished as well now.
Yes, because they take 2 casualties.
2 damage.
Dragonborn with heavy infantry. So spicy.
That one unit, we can mop up everything else in that one unit.
That black dragon unit could finish the
Yeah.
entire way because it's got 10 health as well, and it's
For
just
real.
so hard to hit and so hard to wound.
Like some kind of boss unit.
Like some kind of boss unit.
This is still the first round of this particular turn, correct? Which means the Green Walkers haven't acted
They haven't actually.
Yeah.
That's right.
their turn to attack the loot starters, which is successful,
Yes.
wildly so. And, well, don't get too excited. They need a 12 on the
because
die.
it's-
They do, in
No!
fact.
That's a natural 20.
It doesn't make a difference in this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Still a natural 20.
It is still a natural 20, and the loot starters need to make a morale check. So hold on. Diminish. Make a DC 15 morale check. Morale is plus 6, so they need a 9.
Yeah,
They do
Get
so.
it.
There we go.
So, Danira, your options for command left are the first house guard, the first home guard, and the Oath of Tavern Militia.
So don't do the
Militia.
oath. Well, they're just moving. They're just moving back into the keep. So I'd do an attack.
Say what?
So we'll order the oath of demolition last because they're just moving. So I'd do
Okay.
one of the attacking units instead. So either the first home guard
House-
or the.
I was going to say
House
the
guard?
Brigadiers haven't attacked yet, so I would do the home guard into the Brigadiers.
Okay, let's do the home guard then.
Plus
You're
D3
plus-
plus 4.
+4 to a 14.
D20 plus 4.
Yep.
14.
Yep. And
+2
plus
and
2.
you're an 11. Wow, this is
Natural
ridiculous.
20.
The first home guard are actually schooling the intensely more powerful mercenary cavalry. Escort brigadiers are reduced to 1 and need to make a morale check. And if they fail, they will actually succeed. So
Get morale.
he needs a 9. He gets
Got
a
it.
6 and instead chooses to succeed on the morale check.
That's their ability to use in the battle.
Correct.
The old upside down 9.
Yes, but if they had failed, they would have disbanded and run away. So it really feels like this was a solid use. Guineria,
Yes.
the first house guard is yours. If we're going to continue with the everyone that should attack strategy.
Yes. Okay. So it's D20 plus 2.
2, yeah, hitting an 18.
No, 15, but not 18. Oh.
Which leaves the Oath of the Tavern Militia under the command of Godric.
I'm going to bring them up behind the Black Dragon.
And you're
Black
joining the
Dragon's face.
Dragonhold Defenders.
Yep.
That will end this round. At this point, the White Rider tribe no longer counts as having a general.
Yes.
They are still
Dad was successful.
just to
You
be,
know, I-
sorry, I forgot to roll for the Escort Brigadiers, which I'm going to do.
Oh.
But
Okay.
they
They'll
they
act
still
like
will
the Grey
continue
Walkers?
to act. Generals will still happen, but they no longer get 3 actions around. They only get 2.
Yeah, and you need a general to rally troops as well, don't you? Once you break.
Yes.
Mhm.
The Escort Brigadiers are unsuccessful. They roll a natural 1. This is a bad time for them. I think they might be deeply considering retreating if they survive.
This is why you send dads to do stuff.
Tanira,
Yes.
everything is refreshed.
Cool. Can I? What am I gonna do?
Archers first.
Archers first.
Okay. Which
The Yeoman's
unit of
Bowmen, the
archers
best
would you like
ones.
to command?
Mhm.
About. Let's do the bowmen again. They're my
Okay.
homies right now.
Yeoman's
They keep
bowmen.
rolling good.
They're both called bowmen, but sure.
Yeah. Plus 4.
Dwarf, the dwarf homies.
+4 versus a 14. You need a 10 on the die.
19, 23.
+4 need a 15, so 11.
4.
In chat, you can just use the up arrow to replay the last thing you just did.
That's true.
Oh.
That isn't successful.
Oh.
You hit them physically with the arrows, they deflect it with their armor. Guineria,
Redwood Bowman. Let's try this again.
okay?
It's going to be
+3,
the opposite this time.
need an 11.
Nope.
Nope.
Ah.
10. Oh, so close.
Godric,
Greenwalkers.
regulators.
Um,
That's not how that song goes. Don't,
It's
that's also
That's a different song.
Different song.
a good song. Though.
Yeah.
Don't trigger any copyrights
Yeah.
violations here.
I don't sing that. I don't sing that well.
let's do the Oath of the Tavern guys versus the Black Dragon Fangs.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Protect the keep.
So it's a D20 plus 3.
Yeah. Looking to hit an 18. So you need a 15. No. These Black Dragon Fangs are
Spicy boys.
outnumbered now. being surrounded, but they are super heavy elite infantry. They are pretty much trained for years, specifically for city sieges and combat like this. They're brutal, they're deadly, and they are a tough nut to crack. The loot starters, speaking of cracking things, are going to try to crack the Green Walkers. But I don't think we're anything close to a break. We've got like 10 more minutes before break time, I think. Right?
Right.
Crazy?
Well, if
No?
we're doing it
Well,
on the
yeah, because
hour.
by the time
No,
we
you're
came
right.
back,
We should be doing it by the hour. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What will the loot starters do? Find out when we return for the final
Die.
part of this particular battle. I guess chat wants you to think about the Wolverines, specifically the American ones, not the Australian ones. Not that they're bad, but you know, the first movie I think was better.
Let's friggin' slap these dragon dudes.
The loot starters attack. They are successful.
Damn it.
Almost certainly their follow-up will hit as well.
Damn it.
It would be weird not to. They need a 4.
Damn.
For
They get it.
having battle, I need a different hat.
The Green
She's
Walkers
honored
are
that.
reduced to 0. So hold on. They are removed from battle unless they are rallied. Their commander will need to make a DC 15 morale check.
Rally. We can't have the Green Walkers die. They just got there.
+4. They are successful.
Yes.
It cannot be rallied again.
Fine.
So,
We got
next
this.
time they're injured, they're gone.
They're gone permanently.
These bowmen are going to take out these orcs.
So just to be
Or-
clear,
ogres.
this guy who you passed over for command of the armies is literally battling this immense foe. He and his men are like exhausted, tired. Most of them have fled from their injuries or fallen to the ground. It's just like 50 horsemen now firing bows over their shoulders, making their way around the hidden valley, kiting these dudes Dota style. And he's just like, "God, I didn't sign up for this shit," but he says it in Elven, so it sounds like a beautiful poem to us.
It's to be left to us.
I was just 2 days from retirement.
Where's our homie? Is he lying on a rock right now somewhere, writing about the battle?
Rython? Yeah, he's in the
Yeah.
Hidden Valley. Yeah.
Oh, death comes for us all, the tragedy of life. As it
Kithrix.
always must go.
I will try the first home guard into the escort brigadiers.
No, I thought maybe you'd forget about that.
That will
Nope.
hit.
Okay, that's bad for me.
But it's still a win though.
You can do it.
No.
No.
Fuck.
Okay. With that, I'm going to have the escort brigadiers make a withdrawal.
Yeah, get out of here.
They need to hit a 7. They do. They are no longer engaged, and I believe they can fully withdraw. Let's see here. Get disengaged. Order a retreat. Oh, no, I can't do that yet. But they are now disengaged.
Yeah.
I have to withdraw at the beginning of my round. When no one has acted. Well.
All right. So now the Green Walkers and the
First home guard.
other disordered unit act, the White Rider tribe.
Green Walkers are... Boy, I'm going to be honest with you. I think they're going to withdraw. They've really done their job keeping the loot starters here. They are in danger of fully dying.
Appreciate that. They need to
They
leave.
do successfully disengage. They can still be attacked. Nothing stops them from being attacked, but they are no longer fully locked into combat with the loot starters.
Okay.
Beginning of the round is Tanira.
Yorman's bowman.
They've
They're
already
exhausted
acted.
still. Yeah. So
Everyone on the
everything
north
now.
has acted.
Yeah.
Redmond
So it's
bowman?
the home guard down against the White Rider tribe. Oh, the White Rider tribe is to act as well, Arthur, because they act at the end of the turn now because they have no commander.
They will act under the Black Dragon's banner.
So who do I have to attack with?
Any of the ones in the keep except for who had already attacked? Was it the
Tavern Militia.
Tavern Militia.
Militia? Yeah.
Or
So the true elves and the first
Southern
house
Army,
guard.
I think, hasn't acted either.
Let's go with the
Or the Southern
true elves.
True Elves? Okay.
Yeah.
+3, looking for an 18. So you need a 15 on the die.
Fuck.
Look at that back roll. It's almost a 20.
I know.
For
The
cheating.
edge of the screen just really cut me right there.
Veneria.
I think the home guard against the White Rider tribe.
Sure.
Okay. 1d20 plus 4. 19.
Okay.
+2.
Now you're looking at a +2. You need a 9 on the die. That'll do it.
There you
16
go.
total.
Yep. You deal 1 damage to them, bringing them from 6 to 5.
Okay.
Somewhere out there, there is a dead octopus, and quite close to it is a dead hawk, which has 3 daggers stabbed into it.
Valiant. Valiant battle.
The octopus
Someone get a
has
squad within the
definitely
fire.
died of falling damage, 100%. Godric Deep Bottom.
First house guard into the Black Dragon Fangs.
Okay.
I have faith that our green scrubs will do something.
+2, looking for a 16 on the die.
Yes. Let's go.
That's not a 16 on the
15.
die.
No.
Oh, well, not even with the +2?
And you-
Oh, you're
No.
looking for. Got it. I see
You
what you're
need an
saying.
18, yeah.
Yeah. So close.
Pithrix.
I think that's everybody, isn't it?
The True Elves.
No, they were they were commanded earlier.
Yeah.
Are they? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I never get an extra turn because of the. That's why
okay.
the time gets back to
So
me.
Black Dragon Fangs. Look over. Who did I attack?
How does
last time?
inspiration work with this?
The True Elves. Okay, I'm going to counterattack the True Elves. You can use inspiration. You have it.
But how does Bardic
These are
inspiration
attack
work? It
rolls like
doesn't.
any other.
That's ooh.
Okay,
That's
I
pretty spicy.
definitely hit the True Elves.
Oh,
It's gonna hurt.
And I need to hit a 12 here, which I absolutely do. And the True Elves need to make a morale check or be punished. They need a 15. They exactly succeed.
Yes.
Lothlorien barely manages to keep several dozen of her men from running off, as everyone else is either too injured or fleeing from the terror of the Black Dragon Fangs, who, again, have yet to be damaged.
Ridiculous.
mhm.
We have three
Yeah,
cards
we have
on them.
3 units fighting them and haven't
Yeah.
done anything.
I
By then they
believe
have
that
2.
fully end. Wait, did I have the White Riders attack yet?
Yeah, we said they do it on the. No, I don't think they have. No.
They have not. Yes, so we technically go around. No one on your side acts, and then the White Riders act, attacking the home guard.
Red Eyes Black Dragons.
11 to
That's a
beat an
hit.
11, and then 2 to beat an 11, which is a failure. So the White Rider's arrows reach the home guard, but don't penetrate their armor or formation. Tanira, at the start of the next round,
Everybody's
Well,
active.
like to do. Everyone has been refreshed, yes.
Bjorman. You want to do Bjorman's moment again?
Okay.
+4.
Yep. The hit,
Sweet.
and then +4 for the.
Need to hit a 15 total.
Hey.
Yes, let's
that'll
go.
That
Get
will be
dookie on.
1 damage to the loot starters, bringing them down to 1. They need
Need
a
a morale
morale
check.
check to keep from losing another casualty. They fail. They now need to make a check to keep from breaking completely, and they succeed.
Pass. Yep.
They are now... If they take another casualty at any point, they will break completely. Just to be clear, you aren't really killing any of these ogres. It's just that they seem to be getting tired and leaving, or like going to like rip the head off of a deer and kind of drink their blood. They just,
Fine.
they
Go
just
away.
take a bunch of injuries and they're just like, oh, all right, I'm calling it a day.
Today's work was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. A bunch of little pigskin things hit me with some arrows.
All these customers came in. It's crazy.
Guineria. All these customers came in.
Should
Normally they
the
just
bowman
give
make-
me all of their stuff.
The bowman, Redwood make another attempt to get rid of these ogres
Yeah,
for good?
sure. +3, looking for a 14.
Oh,
Yo, these
So I have an inspiration to use.
light archers. No, I do not have an inspiration to use.
I don't think any of us do.
Godric.
So I guess we'll have the go to the tavern militia go against the black dragon fangs again.
Okay.
Plus 30.
Oh.
The loot starters move back into the northern pass. Ithrix.
Can I try to get the true elves to disengage?
They are not engaged at all. You can just move them away if you want to.
Okay, well then if they're then if they're not, okay, then I'll.
Where'd you like to move them to?
So that mean that if they're not moved, that mean that the black dragons can still attack them though.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to move them out of harm's way. That's all.
How's the eastern battlefield sound?
Sure, sounds good. Yeah, and go count the undead.
That's an interesting
Like,
order.
progression.
Make a perception check real quick.
Okay.
Find Lithlorian stats here. Add a +6.
Sorry,
A perception check for Lithlorian with a +6.
I did.
You just did.
Oh,
Oh,
23.
I'm sorry,
23.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I roll myself though. My
That's
perception
fine.
plus
We
9,
just
so
take
those are 3
4
lower.
points off. It's a 17 still.
Yeah.
No, sorry, a 19. I'm going to tell you this. Lithlorian won't be able to report it until after the battle.
Yep.
You order her to go look through the undead. She finds a spear banner. You know, a spear driven into the ground with a banner in it.
Yep.
And on the crossguard of it, a cloak has been put. The banner is deep purple, and it looks like in sort of Icarus blood has been drawn something that looks like a hand with an eye in the middle of it.
Okay.
You've seen this symbol before, or at least you've seen it. She hasn't, but you put the description together.
Yeah.
You're not sure where you saw it, unless you can tell me if you remember where you saw it.
I'm trying to think because it was. I think so, but I'll discuss it with the group at the end.
Sure.
Oh, wow, when we next time we play.
On the Black Dragon Fangs, on Terralax's turn, Sir Henry de Caracol withdraws from this fight. He is fucking done. At the end of the round, the Green Walkers simply remain in place. They're in no condition to go chasing anybody. Danira.
Who do we got left?
So we've got the home guard to attack the white rider tribe.
Let's do that.
We've still got the 2 inside the Oath of Tavern's already gone, so the first house guard inside.
And
The home guard.
the first home guard, yes.
Yeah.
But you're having the home guard attack the White Rider tribe?
Yeah.
Plus 4 to
four.
hit an 11. That is successful.
It's-
Plus 2 to hit an 11.
Come on.
They continue to engage in cavalric combat. Guineria.
The first house guard has to attack.
They don't have to attack, but they certainly
No,
can.
I mean
I
they
wouldn't stop them if they wanted to attack.
No, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna attack with them. 20 plus 2. Oh!
No.
So close to the 20 there.
So close.
Godric,
roll
that
back.
leaves you in command of the first home guard.
So do you want to take him inside the keep or take him down to help with the White Riders?
I'm going to take him inside the keep.
They are moved inside the keep. Which leaves me last to act. I will go ahead and start with the Black Dragon Fangs, who will attack. Who's weakest? Who can I kill really easy? Kind of looks like the... I can't engage the first home guard until they attack me first, which means it's the first house guard. Who shall bear the brunt of this attack. And
Ouch.
then success.
Oh.
To hit a 3 on this die, which I do. They take 2
2
hits from the brutality of the Black Dragon Fangs. All these Dragonborn showing up in plate mail and like great swords, military formations. Remember all those battles where you guys were just running around and everyone else is like, let's save formation? This is like 500 dudes doing formations, absolutely brutalizing the adventurers of the Oath of the Tavern. They're like, hey, let's do these weird tricks, and those work for like the first 10 minutes. We're on hour 5 now. Those little tricks don't work so well in longer term battles. There's probably a ton of caltrops all over the town though. First house guard are reduced from... Why do I have them only having 1 damage from before? Did I... Oh no, that wrong formation. I got it. And then the White Riders are going to attack the home
Guard.
That is successful.
A hit. Yep.
And a +2 to hit an 11. That is also successful, and that will be 1 point of damage to the home guard, who appear to have not been damaged before, which is something of a problem for me. At this point,
you do 2 damage when you're attacking a smaller unit.
Is that Marshall? When this unit succeeds on a power check and its size is greater, my size is currently... White Riders are size 5, so I don't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Because you are size 6.
Yeah.
I will need to hit you a bunch more times before that becomes relevant, but good catch. At this point, I will reveal that Skakosha and Rudra are both filled with arrows. They are both dead.
Oh, no. I'm
Panera.
sad.
do
Any
we
unit
have
can be
left?
acted upon.
Okay. I really want to get these bowmen back to keep.
Well,
You
I mean,
wanna move
kill. Oh, that's what the ogres have fled. That's right. Well, they pulled back.
They're gone. So I really want to get them back so that we can deal with these dragon fangs.
Okay. Bjorman's
So,
bowman. Move
Yeah,
back.
Bjorman's bowman.
Veneria.
Should I make an attack?
Sure.
Yeah.
Get them
I
before they
think
get
that's-
you.
Let's see here. I think that the first home guard has to. Can they charge?
They
They
can't
can
charge
charge.
because they haven't engaged yet. They'll get
Okay,
advantage.
then that's what I'm gonna do.
Note that once they do that, though, they can be counterattacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And not
but we
only
need to-
that, the Black Dragons have to counterattack. They can only target the cavalry.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's /R 2d20
KH1.
AH1 +4.
Would this be the first hit?
Nope.
Indeed
No.
not.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with ouch.
yeah, man, it's off.
Godric.
It's like a hold, trying to defeat another hold.
Oath of the Tavern into the Black Dragons.
+3.
Ooh,
That it?
natural 20.
Now you
Let's
need
go.
+1 versus 14.
Oh,
Remember what I said about those adventurers?
Yep.
I feel like this is just a bunch of like rogues just like sneak attack, and they're like stabbing people with plate mail in the back, and then like grabbing ropes and climbing up the sides of buildings. And these black dragon half dragonborn are all just like, what are they doing? And then get back in like
They're-
3-line pike formation.
Parkour.
Swinging down on ropes, trying to do some like Attack on Titan BS.
The loot
So it just doesn't
starters
hit.
fully retreat. Kethrix.
I'll have the home guard attack the White Rider tribe.
Okay.
It's a hit.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey, an injury.
Problem for me. Problematic. White Riders
They're
are now
they're diminished now?
diminished.
Yeah.
Everyone back to the fort.
The escort brigadiers abandon the battlefield and their contract. Amazing that the first 2 units to leave are both mercenary forces. It's so weird. It really tells you a lot about what it takes to hire mercenaries and how truly useful they are.
It's like the Mech Warrior 3 intro.
Actually, the first one's to lead with the zombies.
You mean the Mech Warrior 2 mercenaries, where it's like,
Oh, sorry.
you get to keep all the money.
Keep all
kid.
the money. That's right. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There's a special place in hell for you.
Look on the bright side. The Green Walkers do nothing, which brings us back to Tenura.
Is it open playing field, or what do we got left?
First
no.
House Guard have yet to act, and the Redwood Bowmen have yet to act.
First house guard it is.
Very well.
Fuck.
Going area, we have Redwood Bowmen and the True Elf Diplomatic Quarters.
I want to move the Redwood Bowman back towards
Back into the keep.
the home.
So many people in this hold right now, fighting
Yep.
just like 500 guys.
Yep.
500 beefy dragon.
They are
Peoples.
beefy dragon men that are highly experienced. Godric Deep Bottom, you got the True Elves. Just as a reminder,
be
these
one
guys have
side, right? We don't want
one
them to-
size, and they will be depleted instantly if they are attacked.
I just want to leave them out there, right?
Yeah, they fortify.
Yeah, we'll just leave them out there.
What is it? What is it in Civilization when you're not moving a unit and you want them to just like is it fortify?
Yeah,
Is it-
something
yeah.
like that. I know what you're talking about. White Riders will attack the home guard. Let's go, boys! Yes. Pretty good. Following up. That is not successful.
Insufficient.
Yes.
Black Dragon Fangs. Who do I want to attack? Who did I attack last time that left
Don't
me?
they have to attack the cavalry that
The
charged them?
cavalry didn't successfully charge,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so you're not
And the
engaged.
first, the green infantry of the first house guard.
So first House Guard are at 4.
Yeah.
I will attack them.
rip.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, I need a 3. I easily got it. They are now
Nice.
down to from 4 to 2, and so because they've taken a casualty while at less than half, they need to make a morale check. That said, their morale is boosted because they're inside Dragonhold and are a Dragonhold unit, so they get +5 instead of +1. And they
Will fail.
fail. You can
So do we-
choose to force them to succeed.
Yep.
Okay.
We
then
do
they-
that.
Go ahead and just do that.
Okay.
This thing's getting heavy.
I just noticed Lauren's hat changed.
Oh, 5 pounds of steel on your head is not really comfortable. Ah, it's very hot.
I noticed it since the break, Lauren, and I appreciate your.
I know.
I feel like Gwyneria said that in character. It's like, just trap.
We are now resetting all units,
Sick.
and it is Tanira's turn to issue orders.
Bjorman's Bowman.
Very well. You really favor these guys, huh?
Yep.
+4, looking for an 18.
They are a reminder of her husband.
+4.
So they're all filthy criminals, huh?
Hey,
Oh,
That was it?
almost
18.
Oh,
Fine.
hold on. You
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
you
do
still
a
need a
plus
wound.
4,
Yeah,
hitting
we
a
just-
14. You need a 10 on the die. You might be the first one to actually
I'm so
hurt.
nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
+4.
Nope.
Nope.
You rolled
Wait.
you rolled 12d0.
Oh, okay. I told you I was nervous, okay? 1d20 +4.
Go, 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 go.
Yes!
Yay, our
No,
first victory!
no,
There
my
we go.
perfect flawless victory.
It's only taken us 5 hours to knock off the first point of
See?
damage.
This is actually the
Bjorn's
6th
Bowman's.
hour.
6 hours, so yeah.
Bjorman's my homie.
Oh, my homies know Bjorman. Somebody's buying him a beer. That's all I'm
Yep.
saying.
I'll definitely
Name
buy
the-
him one.
Name the
Or
brewery
2.
after him.
Yeah, I'll name the tavern after him. How about that?
Quinaria.
I guess the next one up, it would be the first home guard.
Sure.
Are they considered engaged or are they charging again?
They are not engaged. You can attend. Well, unfortunately, because you're cavalry and you're not engaged, you actually can't attack this round.
Okay.
Well, unless you charge.
Oh, right,
isn't it?
'cause you
Oh,
need-
okay,
No,
yeah, sorry, every other,
they
yeah.
can only attack
Yeah.
every other round unless engaged.
Yeah. That's right.
So
yeah.
unfortunately, they can't do anything this round. You'll have to choose somebody else.
Should I try the Redwood Bowman just because I've been using them? Yeah,
Let's
do that.
go.
Come on.
You've now encountered the weakness of cavalry, which is that they are exhaustive to use and only are awesome when
Nice,
they.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Okay.
20.
Okay. You got a +2. You need to hit at 14.
Oh,
Excellent. No more chipping away at
The
me. That's
18
over with. We don't need any more of that
Oh,
nonsense.
but hey, I can hit them at least. So, it's
Yeah.
raining on them.
exactly.
Todrick.
Ah,
Gotta exert some pressure.
Go to the tavern militia guys again. Slowly.
They're definitely fighting to a soundtrack, which is probably why they're so distracted. Kithrix.
I'll do the one in the south, and I'll do the home
Very
guard
well.
against the White Rider tribe.
White
That's a
Riders
hit.
are still there.
Yes. And just
Where's the
again,
injury?
White Riders need to make a morale check.
6.
I don't have any of those fancy schmancy abilities. They
Taking
lose
another casualty.
another casualty.
We're at 2 now.
Yes, they're at 2. I believe they have to keep making morale checks until they stop.
Dunno.
My understanding is so it says while diminished, make a morale check each time it suffers a casualty. If it fails, it immediately suffers another casualty. So I think they're on a chain of keeping from breaking
All
right now.
If this was warmer, that's exactly how it would play because that's how it reads.
I believe that is how it works, and they
That's
do
fine.
hold. If this was a Warhammer. Okay, Jace. Okay. The Black Dragon Fangs will attack. Who's I brutalizing? The
the
first
first house guard.
house guard. Let's go ahead and wipe them off the map. And
Yep,
your
man,
little
yeah.
dog too.
Oh,
That's good enough. That's 2 damage. They are
And then
reduced to
a morale
0.
check
You need to make
to
a
stay.
+5 morale check. Hold on. Did they already use their morale check? To
No,
keep
so
from-
no, they
Oh,
use it auto
courageous.
pass.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they still get to make the thing to rally.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
So they're on a
Someone will
+4
need to
'cause they're
roll
on
for them
keep,
at
right?
+5.
Wants to do it.
You need a
Okay.
10 on the die, or
it,
they
Andrew.
all flee.
I'll do it.
Go ahead.
Do it.
+5, right?
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. They can no longer rally like that. At this point, if they are attacked again, they will be destroyed permanently. You are barely hanging in there.
I mean, I feel like first house guard has to be like a unit of distinction at all right now.
You look green, light infantry. Guys who are picking up the spears for the first time with boiled leather armor, a unit of distinction.
I mean, how many turns?
I assume the
how turns
distinction
have
is
they
that they
hold
get to
out?
wear flashy uniforms over their honor, over
The
their armor.
distinction is that we're going to replace them
How
with
many
veterans.
turns have they held out?
Quite a
against
few.
super
That's
heavy
true, actually.
Dragonborn infantry.
That's true.
Sure, but I did brutalize the true elves first. So
Yeah.
I think everyone on your side has acted, which means it's just down to the White Riders attacking the Home Guard. Let's
Didn't they attack
go. That will not
Let's
regulate.
not go.
I'm sorry, White Riders, I failed you. Danira, we are refreshed and back at the start of a new round.
Let's run it back.
Red, the Bjornman's Bowman.
Mhm.
Play your last pathetic.
you.
Oh god. Okay. All right. +4 versus a 14. This is where you
Hey,
go. My
no
grandfather's
way.
deck has no weak cards. No. The Black Dragon
I'm buying him
Flames.
4 drinks at the.
They are
Buying
reduced
him
from 10
4
to 8.
drinks at the bar named after him.
Guineria,
Do you want me to charge with the
first home guard.
Yes.
first home guard?
Yeah.
They get advantage. +4.
Where
to get
is
an
that?
18. They are unsuccessful.
Oh,
And they're
what is
now
with the dice?
And they
I'm
can't
not
attack
sure.
next turn either.
Yeah.
wheeling around.
Godric.
I'll use the bowman this time.
The Redwood Bowman. +3, looking to hit an 18. Okay,
Hits.
all right.
That hits.
That's annoying.
+2, 20, 14.
Well, I got
You
hit
think you can roll a
14?
12 or higher?
No.
Only like a
Yes, you
40%
can.
chance.
Oh, so close.
I like sat on the 12 for a minute too and then fell over.
James,
I'll do the one in the south.
attacking the White
That
Riders
hits.
again. No. No. Why are your rolls in the south so good all
It
the time?
was
Jeez.
No
White
morale.
We're
Riders
in
are
the
now
north.
reduced to 1. They need to make a morale check to keep from fully breaking. They are
North always wins over the
six,
south.
need 15 total. Successful. Do not break.
Damn.
Oh, shit. Hold on a second. The Home Guard is actually engaged with the White Rider
Yeah.
tribe.
We charged
So
originally.
you dealt 2 damage instead of 1.
It's only on the charge though, isn't it?
I believe it's when you're engaged. It inflicts 2 with the okay, yes. All right, I'll believe that. Sure.
Yeah.
Which leaves me to attack with Black Dragon Fangs versus First Home Guard in an attempt to completely wipe them out. I just need to hit them at all, and so a 3 or higher will do it.
Yeah. They're gone.
The First Home Guard are completely defeated.
Ugh.
You
Rip.
lose them as a unit permanently.
No, the first house guard, you mean?
Yeah, you
Yes,
deleted
the
wrong
First
unit there.
House Guard.
You deleted the cavalry.
Yeah.
I deleted the cavalry. That's very bad.
It's the infantry. There you go.
Rip all the people that lived here.
Sanira, there's still the Oath of the Tavern Militia. Am I right?
Yeah, it's the tavern service
Yeah.
ago.
Yep.
So +1,
+3.
+3.
Good enough.
No. It's
Oh,
18, isn't it?
17. It's 1 short.
I was 1 short. Damn.
Yep. White Rider
Close.
tribe on Home Guard. Fail. That will start the 8th hour? No, Spoon. No. I understand that it doesn't normally mean that, but these are a green unit. They are all dead.
100%.
A
Yeah, like
more
pitchforks.
experienced unit might not be all dead. These guys are definitely.
Only mostly
I
dead.
read the rules. Listen, guys, I read the rules for this. Let me tell you something. I went 3 years without reading the rules to BattleTech. That was rough. Tanira, we are refreshed.
Yarman's Bowman.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? +4.
Oh, damn.
Guineria.
I'm gonna mix it up. I will do the Oath of the Tavern Militia.
Lishak.
Can I give them bardic inspiration?
It would need to last for an entire hour.
20 plus 3.
Okay.
Ooh, natural 20.
Okay, and then it's
Let's go.
1d20 plus 1.
Yep.
You
14.
need to hit a 14.
Go.
Which you do.
There we go.
They have now been reduced down to 7.
7.
Oh,
So they have about 350 Dragonborns still holding the line.
When you put it that way, it doesn't sound as impressive.
at some point they have to realize they're the only unit left on the field.
Yeah.
But they aren't the only unit left on the field. Not yet.
Who's left?
Not yet. Godric.
Do the Redwood Bowman.
Sure. +3. That will hit. +2 against the 14. No.
Damn.
Ithrix.
I'll do the battle in the south.
Yeah, you would do the battle in the
It's-
south. God damn it.
Natural 20.
All
I
right.
need you to start making these rolls in the keep.
I'm trying, okay?
They have to make this or they flee. They do make it. They cannot make it in the future. They are barely holding on.
You could do it, Kithrix.
So Black Dragon Fangs. Who are we gonna bully now? I can't attack the Home Guard because they are cavalry. I will go after Bjorman's Bowmen.
You can't attack archers when there's infantry still on the field. They've got to
You may
attack
be
the
right about
the
that.
tavern.
Archers cannot be attacked by infantry or levies. Okay, so I have to go after
Thank you,
the
James.
Oath of the Tavern Militia. James just trap carded me after I said I read the rules. I didn't type a plus there, but that's a 17, so it will hit.
Yep.
And by all regards, a 4 or higher will hit. Oath of Tavern are reduced from 8 to 6. A brutal round.
I don't think they have anything else on the field, so you can go ahead and do the White Riders.
Yes, White Riders are attacking. Unsuccessful.
They're having horrible luck down there.
At this point of combat, I have really bad news for all of you. All of the humans are at disadvantage because the fight has gone long enough that it is now nighttime.
So, which ones are the humans?
The
First,
Redwood Bowmen, and
Guard.
then in the south, the Home Guard.
Guard and the Redwood
And the first
Bowmen.
Home Guard will all...
We don't have torches inside the keep.
I
We
mean,
don't have fire arrows.
accept the disadvantage gracefully, friends.
Yeah, because 18 wasn't hard enough to hit.
Listen,
All right, so it's now 18 on the two.
we
two-
didn't
take-
come
two-
prepared to
left.
fight. We bought a whole bunch of like horse meal and like weapons and stuff.
It's been a rough battle for me. I thought there would be a lot more killing, okay?
Well, the first Home Guard on the charge gets advantage, so disadvantage, so it's just a straight roll. So that's not bad for whoever does that.
That's true. However, we are going to pause our battle here because we are quite near the end of the night.
No.
What do you mean, no? We'll have to do the thrilling conclusion on August something?
No.
When
Unless
are
you
you
can
back,
play
Lauren?
without me. I don't
We
need
have-
to be here.
we have- the 16th.
Impossible! This is the end of the season.
Exactly.
We're gonna wrap this battle up, and then we're gonna do the end of season stuff. You're a member of this party. When are you coming
I
back?
know, but
We have the 16th, the
August the 6th.
23rd, and the 30th before the
August 6th is when I'm available
August
again.
6th. You will get the season finale and the third part of our Strongholds and Followers. In chat, a MCDM fanboy is saying, get the Kingdoms and Warfare book to expand the warfare system. And I don't disagree with that, but I also don't have it. So we're just doing Strongholds and Followers. Apparently, we're doing it quite differently from other people, based on my understanding of the reading of the rules, which, as they say, is the real Warhammer way of looking at it. Any closing thoughts for this evening's episode?
James may have halfling luck, but I have beardy luck. And I feel like it really paid off at the beginning there.
Bearded luck for Bowman, apparently.
Yeah. Just all the bees, you know? They're just lucky this episode.
It's so fucked up that I lost the levies on the first day. I knew going in that there was a possibility that you guys might figure out sending the one dragon with the ability to disrupt magic in. I didn't think you'd do it. I thought for sure. So look, from my point of view, my plan was to send the undead out and just let them fight you for a bunch of rounds, like the first day, let them all die, and then you'd all be like, well, you know, now we know how the combat system works, we're ready for the other attacks from the other locations. No, instead you were just fucking me up left and right, and then my levies left, and then my fucking siege guys couldn't kill like 2 goddamn elves in a forest. Like,
You tried killing elf in the forest. It's tough.
yeah,
I didn't even know the
set
green
forest on
dragons to
fire?
do that. I was just like, he looks darker at night. Let's send him.
That was rough. I'm really glad that you sent that instead of the topaz, because the topaz would have done shit.
Out of interest, are the dragon things, are they dragon born effectively, or are they half dragons effectively?
They are a combination of dragonborn and half dragons, but they're
Okay,
represented on this card by dragonborn because the MCDM system doesn't cover.
Okay, because dragonborn have dark vision either.
Boom.
Can we have
You
a
have
moment?
dragons?
It
Do,
depends.
do dragonborns really not have dark vision?
Chromatic half dragons don't. No.
Chromatic half dragons don't? Dragonborn.
No.
I'm gonna confirm this. I don't see any reason why you would lie to me, but
Yeah,
have to know.
half dragons. So half dragon template does give dark vision.
you know what? I'll have to make a decision before next time to figure out whether I'm going to disadvantage myself or not. I feel like it would only be fair to disadvantage myself. However, it really works out against me really badly. And I
So
don't
just
like
having
that.
all of our
You could
humans
just say we have a
blind.
bunch of torches inside the keep as disadvantage.
I could just start withdrawing and go to sleep for the night in my camp. But I fear that you would just follow me back to my camp and fight me.
Well, everyone heals 1 point every night, don't they? When you rest, like one size back.
I would 100% follow you to your camp. I take all my bowmen with me.
All my homies say bowman.
All my homie bowmans.
First, I will apologize for being unavailable for such a long period of time. It's a visit 5 years in the making. I can't.
Be like that sometimes.
You're going to meet the queen?
No,
No.
the queen's coming here.
Which is different because it makes her way cooler.
Yeah. And then we need a moment for Rudra and Octi.
Yeah.
I see. When you recover to a maximum of what the next highest die. So if they were to go back and retreat after a week, they'd become a D8 unit, not a D10 unit anymore.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. And all our guys down to 1 would become D4 units.
Go to sleep. See what happens.
Any other thoughts before we wrap up this episode?
That was fun.
Yep.
I had fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. It was fun. I like seeing how the siege battles played out.
Once we got into the rhythm of it, it was going pretty well. I liked it.
I'm glad we didn't have the undead. That would have made a. The undead would have made. I don't know how much difference the levies would have made, but the undead would have made a huge difference.
That's why you take the Chevys to the levee.
But the levee was dry.
Oh, were we going to talk about what that symbol was?
Oh yeah, wasn't it from?
I'm in the conversation in character, but yeah. So
I feel like James has to know what it is. The question is, do the rest of you know what that symbol is?
Wasn't it from that town that's close to the Dragonhold? I forget what the hell it's called. Where we found it. Maybe not.
I feel like the
What's that
audience
called?
probably knows what that symbol is.
Took all the beer from.
I was going to say, wasn't it something we saw in one of the visions while we were going through the?
I mean,
The underground place.
So it's a symbol of Vecna. I'm just trying to work out like where we would have. I'm trying to remember where we encountered the symbol of Vecna. I'm trying to remember if it was in my little with the evil ranger storyline bit there.
I think it was in Dragonhold in the
Dragonhold, okay.
In the
under
basement.
area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The hand in the eye though is a symbol of Vecna.
It is indeed the symbol of Vecna. And I'm going to be flat honest with you that Necromancer has fled and will reappear in season 3.
Yeah.
They're not dead. They're just really mad.
And we'll
It's
kick
Vecna.
their ass then.
It's definitely not Vecna. If Vecna was here, you'd all just be totally fucked.
I have to send you the joke magic item, the head of Vecna, where you have to cut your own head off and put his head in place to get all his powers.
An appearance by Vecna would require us to give him a big hand.
Wow. I think my favorite depictions of what a god would do on a battlefield are in Brennan Lee Mulligan's Calamity, Xandria Calamity, when someone is like, he casts Time Stop, I cast Counterspell. He's like, great, I 9th level Counterspell, I rip your skull out of your body, and then I revive you and smash your dead head skull into the wall over and over again. Then I revive you again. All of this, because you're in a time stop, happens in less than 1 second. And Lou Wilson is in a corner going, has it been 1 second yet? And he goes, no, I cast time stop again inside the other time stop. And Lou's 2 hours into the episode and he goes, has it been 1 second yet?
That's rough, bud.
People are like, I could fight a god. And I'm like, no, you can't fight a god. You might fight an avatar of a god. You can't fight a god. Fire.
Oh, god fighting. Got it.
Favorite depiction was I forget what DM it was, but the god was walking around like telling people like he's sorry for what he's about to do to them before like literally tearing them in half like a phone book.
Ooh, yikes. You sure that's not George R. R. Martin? That just sounds like something he'd do.
No, it was a DM, and I can't remember who it was because I loved the voice he did for the god, because the god wasn't like angry or vengeful. He sounded like merciful and remorseful for what he was doing. Like, I'm sorry that you have to experience this.
I'll tell you what. Pathfinder has my favorite god. His name's Caden Kalayan, I believe. God, it's been so long, I barely remember. He's called the Lucky Drunk. He's a dude that was just a regular guy who was an alcoholic that accidentally stumbled into God. He literally like fell into the side of the road and accidentally fell into becoming a god. And now he's the god of drunkards. And he still wanders the world drinking constantly and just doing weird stuff. He's just like, yep, it's me, Caden. I'm real. You can worship me. I'm gonna bless your beer real quick. People are like, Caden, you're really here? He's like, yep. Sorry, I'm really tired. I gotta go to sleep. I'm an alcoholic. I got problems. That's my favorite guy. He does nothing of anything useful.
What a life.
All right. It's gonna be a long time before we come back. And then we're gonna do season 3, which will involve a time skip. I'm gonna break off a little piece for you here. I think it's pretty likely the players are going to win this battle. It's just a question of what it will cost you. So you should be prepared between seasons to look at how you want to level up your characters twice.
Sheesh.
Because it's going to be 2 years before season 3. There will be some wrap up after the battle and figuring out what you're doing, but yeah.
I'll be
Season
honest, it's
3
going
will
to feel
take
like
place in
it's
the
going to feel
future.
like 2 years till the next episode.
Oh, calm down. This guy's got 1 foot out the door. He's ready to Imperial
Yeah, for
Maledict.
reals. And
He's
still
already
saying,
like,
"Oh, it's
so
gonna take forever."
Mechanicus with 5 arms and 2 battle axes? Or a rogue trader with 5 arms and all of them have laser pistols?
Yes.
I like that one.
Wow,
Yeah.
5 laser pistols? We could have had
Or
laser pistols in this campaign and we turned
2
it down.
axes and
No.
2 laser pistols.
Instead, we have to play laser pistols in the future. Ugh. I want laser pistols in my past. All right,
Lightning
that's
bolts.
it.
Till next time.
What? Is that the stream ending screen?
Sheesh.